I had always suspected I was the backup child, the one they kept around in case the golden one tripped. But I never thought I'd be removed on my own birthday like a coat they didn't feel like wearing anymore. My 20th birthday was on a Saturday that year. I had circled it on the family calendar in red ink months in advance. Not because I expected much, I knew better by now, but because I held on to the small hope that maybe this year they'd remember. Maybe there'd be a cake, a meal, a hug. Not balloons or banners, just presents, just them showing up. I baked my own cupcakes the night before. The kitchen was empty, so I turned on music, made vanilla bean batter from scratch, and even added sprinkles. I figured I'd surprise them in the morning and we'd at least share a breakfast together. But that morning came and went. No one said a word. My mom rushed out of the house in heels and a tight ponytail, muttering something about errands. My dad grabbed car keys and vanished with a weak smile. And my brother Ryan? He told me he was busy all day and winked like I was supposed to understand some inside joke. By 2 p.m., I was still sitting at the kitchen table, one sad cupcake in front of me, wearing the only dress I owned that made me feel worth celebrating. That's when my phone buzzed with a message from my dad. "Hey, kiddo, can you be out of the house by 4? We've got something going on." I stared at it, thinking maybe he meant for me to be part of the surprise. Maybe there was something being set up for me. Maybe. That pathetic word lived rent-free in my chest. But at exactly 3:55, my mom walked through the front door holding a massive box of decorations that read, "Happy 18th, Ryan." Behind her, 2 cousins I hadn't seen in years were carrying trays of catered food. My aunt blew me a kiss. "Can you help with the setup real quick?" she asked, not even looking at me. I stood frozen in the doorway. Is this for Ryan?" My mom didn't even flinch. "Oh, yeah, sorry, sweetie. It was just easier to plan it today. You understand? 18 is such a big number." She gave a tight, dismissive smile. "We were hoping you could, head out for a bit." They had planned my brother's surprise birthday party on my birthday, in our house, and they kicked me out to make room for it. I didn't cry, not in front of them. I walked up to my room, packed a bag, and quietly stepped out the back door while guests were still parking. No one noticed. No one stopped me. I ended up sitting at a bench in the nearby park with my bag in one hand and my untouched cupcake in the other. The sun was setting, and I watched families walking together, couples laughing, children playing. I felt like an extra in a life I didn't belong to. When I finally checked my phone, there wasn't a single message from home. No, "Where are you?" No, "We miss you." Just photos already going up on social media, Ryan standing in front of a cake the size of my dreams, my mom holding a tray of confetti cupcakes, not the ones I baked, my dad giving a toast, balloons everywhere, smiles so big they made my stomach hurt. I stared at my screen until my battery died. That was the night something shifted in me. This wasn't forgetfulness. This was intentional. This was them choosing Ryan's spotlight over my existence, again and again. And now, this was the final blow. I had always played nice, always said it's okay when they forgot, always nodded when they said, "Your brother just needs more attention." But now I was done being nice. I didn't want an apology. I wanted change, and I had just the plan for it. The park grew colder as the sun dipped behind the trees, but I didn't move. I just sat there on that iron bench with my little bag and the melting cupcake I never got to eat. Somewhere in the distance, I could hear music from our house, the house I wasn't welcome in, and the sound of cheers when they probably yelled, "Surprise!" There was a version of me that might have gone home later that night, quietly, slipped in the back door, gone to bed pretending not to feel anything, then helped clean up like I always did. But that version? She died the moment I saw my own birthday erased in favor of my brother's photo op. I booked a one-night stay at a small roadside inn with the cash I had in my wallet. No frills, no bathroom soap, but it was quiet. I stayed up all night with my laptop and started researching community colleges with remote programs, jobs that offered housing stipends, and internships outside my state. I was going to get out, not someday, Now, I applied to 5 different internships that night. 4 were long shots. One was a program I'd seen posted 6 months ago for a digital marketing assistant with housing in Boston. They didn't require a degree, just proof you were hungry to learn, and I was starving. By some miracle or cosmic apology from the universe, they called me 2 days later. "Your application was honest," the woman on the phone said. "We like that. Can you be here next Monday?" My parents hadn't even noticed I'd been gone for 2 days. I tested it. No texts, no voicemails, no questions. So I packed the rest of my things, left a note on the fridge that simply said, "Thanks for the party. Happy birthday to me." And I left. Boston was cold, expensive, and overwhelming at first, but it was also alive. The city buzzed with opportunity. For the first time, I wasn't known as Ryan's sister or the quiet one. I was just me. I worked 10-hour days learning the ropes of SEO, social media algorithms, and email campaign strategy. At night, I took free online courses and slowly built a portfolio. My supervisors noticed. I started getting real projects, real clients. 3 months in, I was offered a paid position. 6 months in, I was promoted. 1 year later, I was running the digital content for one of Boston's fastest-growing small businesses, a startup cafe chain started by a woman who also came from nothing. She became my mentor, and when I told her about my dream of running my own brand, she didn't laugh. She offered to invest. By age 23, I launched my own boutique online agency, focused on helping small women-owned brands grow. I named it Inkroot, because no matter how deep the damage, something beautiful can grow from it. I never bragged, never posted flashy updates, but word gets around, and apparently, it got home. Because one afternoon, as I sat in my office overlooking the Boston skyline, sipping coffee from a mug that had my company's logo on it, I received a message request on Facebook from my mom. "Hey, honey, Ryan's trying to launch a YouTube channel. We were wondering if you could help him grow it. It's been a struggle." I stared at the message, unsure whether to laugh, cry, or scream. A minute later, another one came. "Also, we were thinking about doing a big family party next month. It's been a while. You should come. We want to celebrate all the kids together." Now they wanted me back. Now, after I built something of my own, I was useful. I didn't reply. Instead, I sent an invitation of my own. I planned a dinner party in Boston. Small, elegant, catered. A thank you to my mentors, colleagues, and team. A celebration of 2 years of my company's success. And I accidentally sent the invite to my parents. And my brother. They showed up. Late, underdressed, and clearly uncomfortable in a room full of people who respected me. When someone asked how they knew me, my mom smiled weakly and said, "Oh, we're her parents. We always knew she was going to be something special." I raised a glass and made a toast. To the people who didn't believe in me, thank you. You taught me exactly how to believe in myself. They didn't say a word for the rest of the night. My brother tried to ask me for help before they left. I handed him a card for my junior assistant's email. If she thinks it's a fit, she'll reach out. That was the night I gave them a taste of their own erasure, served with wine and professional lighting. I walked them to the elevator, smiled, and said, "You threw me out on my birthday. Consider this my RSVP." 3 months after that dinner, I received a letter in the mail. Not an email, not a message, but a handwritten letter from my mom. Inside was a shaky apology. Not flowery, not full of excuses. Just 6 words that stopped me cold. "We didn't see you. We're sorry." Tucked inside was a photo of me at my 6th birthday party, grinning beside a homemade cake. The last time I remember them celebrating me. On the back, my dad had scribbled, "We should have kept showing up." I didn't respond right away. But later that week, my brother messaged again. Not to beg, not for help. Just to say he'd started working at a local nonprofit, trying to earn something on his own. Maybe for the first time, he was starting to get it. The following year, I returned home for one reason only. I was asked to speak at my high school as a successful alumni guest. As I stood at the podium, looking out at the auditorium filled with faces just like mine used to be, uncertain, overlooked, quiet, I spotted my parents sitting in the back row. Not VIP seats, no spotlight, just there. After my speech, I didn't go to them, they came to me. And this time, they didn't bring confetti or cameras or empty praise. Just open eyes. That was the real surprise party. Not balloons, but accountability and growth. And the look on their faces, not of pride, but of recognition, was the moment I knew. They would never forget the birthday they chose to forget. And neither would I. Please subscribe to our channel and tell us in comments from where are you watching this video.